Almost time for a holiday.
We've got, 2.5 weeks left of Up Late this year?
Oh, thank God.
You know what would be better than working between now and the end of December?
Not working?
Yes, in fact it would be better to not have worked from the end of March all the way until the end of December. Where can I get a gig like that? I know, I could become the West Australian Electoral Commissioner, who's been on extended leave since we voted at the state election 8 months ago. Oversee your balls up, get a long holiday. Professional sanctions the WA government way.
You ever met Robert Kennedy?
Nope. And up until this year, I couldn't have picked him in a police lineup. Only thing I knew about him was he shared a name with a dead president's dead brother. Nobody cares about who the Electoral Commissioner is until something goes wrong at an election, which is what happened in Western Australia on March 8, 2025. Long queues, no ballot papers, enough to make you choke on your democracy sausage. No. What kind of an idiot eats a sausage like that? Kennedy was in the firing line after it emerged he'd outsourced the staffing of polling booths to private contractor Purcell Kelly.
And there were not enough workers.
No, not by a long way. Kennedy went on leave in the wake of the poll while the government got to the bottom of what went wrong. Experienced barrister, justice crusader and all-round good guy Malcolm McCusker was called in to investigate. Malcolm soon drew the shocking conclusion that the cause of the shortage of staff and scarcity of ballot papers was there was not enough staff or ballot papers. McCusker handed down his report in August, by which time Kennedy had been on holiday for close to 5 months.
The report did not make the government look good.
There's an old rule in politics that you don't commission a report unless you know what its outcome will be. The government probably expected McCusker to throw the book at Kennedy, but instead he laid a lot of the blame on the Treasurer for failing to give enough money to the WA Electoral Commission. Regardless, the government wanted Kennedy out, so they had a quiet conversation with him.
Sonny, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Kennedy made it clear to the government that he wasn't going to be made a scapegoat and was going to die hard.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
And then he lawyered up.
Really lawyered up.
Better call Saul.
The problem for Roger Cook was he couldn't sack Kennedy because as a commissioner he answered to Parliament and only Parliament could fire him. That's exactly what Nationals WA leader Shane Love had in mind when he introduced a motion into the lower house. Labor was too gutless to initiate its own dismissal proceedings but agreed to back the Love motion.
That sounded weird.
It did. Sorry. It was set to go to a vote and the writing was on the wall for Kennedy when all of a sudden the Liberals chucked a hand grenade. Leader Basil Zemplis told the government that it shouldn't rely on the opposition to do its dirty work and signalled that his troops wouldn't back a Love motion but would support a government motion.
Even though the Libs and the Nats are meant to be allies?
Yeah, but oppositions don't walk past political point-scoring opportunities. Long story short, Kennedy blinked at the 11th hour and walked. With some walking around money for Christmas. I'm Ben Harvey.